Sometimes Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala closes a door for you in your life. You're trying to get something, it's not happening. Whether it's a job, whether it's marriage, whether it's peace of mind, whether it's stability, whether it's safety. All of us are seeking something. Sometimes we find Allah has closed the door. It's like we're hitting our head on a brick wall. Boom, boom, boom. Keep going, it's closed. It's a brick wall, it's lead, made of lead. There's no way through to the other side. It is at this point we have to remember that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Al-Fattah. Anytime you find something closed upon you in life, ask Allah from His name Al-Fattah to open the door for you. If you try to open this door with your hands, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will break down this door. The Muslims are in Medina. They are effectively in a stalemate. They cannot go anywhere. Every day they live in fear they're going to get attacked. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grants them this agreement, this peace agreement with the people of Mecca. But when you read the lines of the agreement, it looks like this is not a good deal. It's a bad deal. It's a bad negotiation. That's what it looks like. But what were the outcomes of this deal? The Muslims that day, the day they signed the agreement, were 1,400 Muslims. Within 2 years, who can tell me how many Muslims accepted Islam? How many were there in total? 10,000 Muslims. What's the return on investment? 10 times. Allah opened the door. But they didn't realize He opened the door. They didn't think He opened the door. Sometimes Allah opens the door, but you don't realize He's opened it for you. It comes in the form of a closed door. It comes in the form of a difficulty. It comes in the form of something that you are unhappy to accept. When you ask Allah as these nights draw near, ask Allah with His name Al-Wahhab. Ask Him, be daring. Ask Him for the greatest of His gifts. And then say, you are Al-Wahhab. Nothing is beyond you to give me. Allah says in the Quran, you cannot imagine the khaza'in, the store, the bank balance, the treasures of Allah, you cannot imagine. So why are you being so modest with your request? The Prophet ﷺ says that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala conveyed to him that لَوْ أَنَّ أَوَّلَكُمْ وَآخِرَكُمْ, if the first human beings all the way to the last human beings, hundreds of billions of people, وَإِنْسَكُمْ وَجِنَّكُمْ, every human in the history of the world, and every jinn in the history of the world, hundreds of billions of creatures, if they all stood in one place, قَامُوا فِي صَعِيدٍ وَاحِدٍ فَسَأَلُونِي, and they asked Allah whatever they wanted, فَأَعْطَيْتُ كُلَّ وَاحِدٍ مَسْأَلَتَهُ, Allah gave them whatever they asked for, every single one of them. Imagine this scenario. Allah says, مَا نَقَصَ ذَلِكَ فِي مُلْكِ شَيْئًا, you have not reduced the kingdom of Allah. Imagine if every human in history asked Allah whatever they want, and Allah gave them whatever they wanted.